All right, so me and Rocky wanted to start designing a paranormal device. So we thought, okay, let's design and make our own device. So let's start doing that. All right, so we had to start planning some ideas for this project. So we came up with this thing for our first part of this project. This is an ultrasonic sensor holder device thingy. I don't know how to explain it. It would sit on top of the main body, right? Sending out a radar, and we'd be able to use ultrasonic here and just have the main body here with the Arduino and other attachments. So we 3D printed the first piece. Turned out okay, but it was too small, and it has even this cool text. It says ultrasonic and ghost radar. Pretty tough. But anyways, the first 3D print was just too small, so we're gonna come back to that because we don't have access to a 3D printer right now, but we will get another 3D printer and be able to 3D print the next model of this. And there was a lot of CAD and stuff going into this, and we had to learn how to use CAD. And if you guys are looking for a good CAD software, use Onshape because it's really simple, it's professional, and you just have to sign in. That's basically it. There's no payment or anything. Connect the mouse. Boom. All right, so let's sign in here. Now here is the home page, and we're just gonna open up the ultrasonic sensor I just showed you. So here it is on Onshape, and just loading all the stuff. So yeah, you have all these sketches down here, and this is our 3D model. I did end up scaling it up, so now it should be big enough to actually fit one ultrasonic sensor here and another one on this side. Now these wires in the bottom, holes would fit the wires that would go down to the main base, and that main base looks like this. So let's go down to the main body. So on the front here, it says Phantom Scope, and on the back it says Arduino Uno, because that's what we're running this project off of. Right here on the side are holes for little like motion sensors, so that we could have not only ultrasonic, but also motion sensors too in this paranormal device. Learning how to do this took way too long. So like and subscribe, and we will be making more of these videos. So let's continue. All right, so whenever we're ready to print, we would just move this. We'd select all this stuff, and we would export it into the 3D printer through the slicer, and then basically that would be it. All right, so the one last thing I want to show you here on the CAD is this temperature probe unit. So here's this temperature probe unit, and basically, here, let me delete this other. So basically, the idea of this is that this is where all of our wires and cables will go from the main body, or so-called the Phantom Scope. On this other side, we have the name of the sensor. So that is the name of the sensor we're using, and it's like this little stick that pops out right here. But it's like a little probe thingy, I don't know, that goes right there, and it'll measure the temperature. And what we might end up doing is making our own computer program to run with all this information off of the Arduino. And yeah. Obviously, this project isn't like what you'd expect from a paranormal channel, and that's what I want to grow on. I don't want this channel to just be about cheesy ghost hunting videos. That's a part of it, but we try to keep everything real on this channel, so we can have fun. And you know, there's gonna be some creepy videos we make, but that aren't real. Some of them are real, some of them are not, and that's the fun part about this channel, is being able to give the audience what I feel like they would actually want. It's running a paranormal channel is hard because when you think of that, you think of like faked videos, like ghost adventures and stuff. So yeah, just wanted to say that, and let's get on with the project. All right, so like I showed you guys earlier, this is the temperature probe unit, and we have all this other stuff on chip. So at this point, I was getting really tired, and I had to do the one thing that made sense. Ask Google. How to make a good project relies on a structured approach that includes clear planning, execution, and review. That is not what I'm really doing. As I pondered my mistake, I went to bed. Okay, good news. After a while of repairing this old thing, we have a 3D printer, and while it is slow, it'll work for now. So, yay, we have a 3D printer, so we can actually work on the project, so that's good. I'm actually surprised how well the quality of this printer was. So I'm actually using this now to hold SD cards for the 3D printer. And we also, so this is a lid, and I forgot to turn off the rafts, so there's these little like squares on the bottom with all these divots. Those aren't supposed to be there, but they're okay. They work as a good base, and I actually had left that sitting on. That's more for when you're making like statues or stuff that needs extra support. So yeah, but it works really good as a SD card holder to keep all of my 3D print files safe. So yeah, we have a 3D printer now. After way too long, we have finally started the print for the, I think it's the main body, maybe it's the temperature sensor, I don't remember, and the ultrasonic sensor and this little container and a bunch of other stuff, and it's actually printing. We finally fixed it. Finally. Okay. We'll come back tomorrow. It's a 5.5 hour print, so let's go. Time to check the 3D printer. Is it printing? Sec. Do I really want to cancel this? Like, that's bad, right? See that red extruder? It's catching on everything. Oh, man. That's so stupid. Okay, so obviously the 3D printer is old. Okay, it is an old 3D printer. It's not even that old, it's just old for a 3D printer. It's just the right extruder is catching on stuff, because there's two extruders, but the right one is a little lower, just by a little bit, and it is messing up with everything. So tomorrow we're going to change it to the right extruder, and then just reprint it and hope that it works. We're going to have to print a benchy just to make sure it works. Okay, so we have to do another test print because I'm not sure if this printer is going to be able to, I don't know if we're going to be able to use this printer for our project. So we're going to probably wait a while until we get another 3D printer. But I'm going to make a benchy. If you don't know what a benchy is, it's basically a little boat and it tests the printer's capabilities. So we're going to test that out. If it goes decent, then we'll start printing the real project. Okay, everything is preheated. after messing around with extruder sides and a bunch of other crap and filament, it's not going to print well. I'm going to give the printer enough time to cool way off. We'll probably come back in a couple hours. But I decided to clean it, so here's a time lapse. Alright, so the printer is all set up. Let's start printing. Enjoy time lapse. Alright, so I'm not sure if all my hopes and wishes and prayers came true, because 3D printer started working. We printed our test print event sheet, and it actually printed. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes. But it felt like the Bamboo Lab, where it's like, this is an old 3D printer, but like Bamboo Lab A1 print this in like 13 minutes. But yeah, so this is some really good print quality. Now that we know the 3D printer works, we can finally print our project. So I'm going to skip all those boring details of reloading filament and stuff. And yeah, let's print those parts. We are officially 29% in. It's looking pretty good. That's the TPU, or temperature probe unit, and over there is the ultrasonic sensor holder device thing. We officially have the temperature probe unit and the ultrasonic sensor. Last is the phantom scope, or the main body. It is very dark. But not only are we printing the phantom scope, but also we're going to be printing a lot of other stuff, because we have a 3D printer. So in the next episode, we will be working on the electronics. This video is dedicated to Mark Rover. Help me get it out to him. A big thanks to John, Rocky, and my dad. And see you guys later.